Hello guys, this is Kincaid from server 49. I'm here today to talk about some of my arena matchups and how am I organizing my marshes in order to perform or get the best results out in arena versus some opponents that are way stronger than I am and be able to get this victory. How am I organizing my immortals and marshes against this opponent? Actually, this is a video that happened in a request of a friend of mine here. He actually asked me to make a video for my arena. This is why I'm doing this video right now. So for my matchup, for my marshes, I'm using a fire marsh here with Gilga at 260, and here's my main marsh, and this is the clutch earth marsh that I'm using right now. And this marsh brings a lot of victories for me. Happens once in a while. I'm gonna show you everything through this battle reports. So my opponent here, my territory here, is using a very strong water marsh. If we take a look at his let me see here, his marshes. Not sure where did he go. Never mind. However, I believe he is using a water marsh that is at 340,000 at the moment. He's using Elizabeth. However, he's using assist on it. Kinda pointless if you ask me. I wouldn't recommend it. If you are using an immortal that is its only job dealing damage, I wouldn't use assist on this immortal, since it doesn't give it a chance to deal damage at all. However, he got a dragon at level 47. This kinda explains why he got a very high strong stroke power. But the reason I was able to win against an opponent that is full T7 is using my fire marsh first against his main marsh. Weaken his main marsh so my water marsh is able to completely beaten it, so I can continue the fight like this. As you can see here, I was able to win this fight because his water was his water received some damage from my fire marsh, and so on. My water marsh were able to beat the rest of his marshes. I only lost to this thunder marsh of his, and my clutch earth marsh did bring the victory for me. And I believe my territory is VIP 15. Yeah, he's VIP 15, and he's also using war talents at the moment. Oh, okay. So this is actually kind of big victory for me. And for this matchup, he's using his second and third marsh first. He's using his water marsh here, so my fire marsh were able to beat his, and I was able to beat his thunder marsh using my fire marsh as well. And it was also able to apply some damage to his fire marsh, so it kinda became easier for my water marsh to beat his main marsh, his fire marsh. And I believe Corgi form is VIP 15 as well. Yeah, he's VIP 15. He also got Cavalries at level 7. And for this match, I believe this is Boko. One thing I wanted to let you know, guys, in this matchup, I made sure that my William is facing his Attila, since I'm using a passive skill on William, which is Fighting Well. Fighting Well is gonna proc anyway, regardless if the immortal received a crowd control or not, so I don't mind if my William was silenced by his Attila. However, I would mind if my Hippolyta was the one that's getting silenced by Attila, since it's dealing some damage as well. As you can see, Fighting Well did some damage, and Gelga is shining as usual. Same here. Gilga carried the whole fight. And for the last match, I make sure that my Attila is facing his William. The reason my Attila is facing his William because I know he is using Fighting Master and Hippolyta, which means my Attila won't be able to use his silence on this immortal. So I make sure that my Attila is used against the one that is applying the silence to. And I'm making sure also that my Merlin is away from William's skill range, because William inflicting physical damage directly ahead, so the damage will be applied to Yishitsion. And if you take a look here, damage taken from Yishitsion, this damage could have been applied to Merlin instead of Yushi. Also for this matchup, I did use my Fire First against his second Water Marsh, and I won, and I also were able to deal a lot of damage. Actually, this damage could considered to be huge damage to his Fire Marsh, since I was able to beat his Fire Marsh easily with my main Marsh, and so on for the last Marsh of his. And for this matchup, I make sure that my Attila is on the lead this time instead of Harold, because I know that Boko, this guy is named Boko, is using Fighting Master on Trajan, so I make sure that my Attila is facing Hippo, which is the one that doesn't have an immunity control against control. And usually, so far, the matchup that I showed you guys, I'm going with my Fire First. However, there is a matchup that I have to go Water First, which is this matchup. Cal is currently at 47. However, the reason that I'm able to beat him is making sure that my Attila is facing his, because as you can see, his Attila does not have Fighting Master and he's not immune to control. So my Attila have a higher chance of applying CC to his and disabling his Attila from dealing damage and applying CC to my team. And as you can see, the rest of my Water Marsh applied some damage to his Fire, so my Fire were able to win this easily, and I was able to beat his Thunder Marsh. He actually got a very strong Thunder Marsh. It's kinda tough beating it. Sometimes I lose to him because of his Thunder Marsh. However, as you can see, my tick is much higher than his when it comes to the troops count and also the boost, troops boost. As you can see, my Fire Marsh, I got 3 immortals at boost 25. However, he got none. And as you can see, my troops count at Hippolyta here almost, I mean, it's more than 15k. However, his troops at 14k. So this is how I play Arena, guys. As you can see here, this is a defense win against POWs. This is actually pretty big, since it is actually harder to gain defense wins than attack wins. In attack wins, you can organize your troops, reposition your immortals, so it's easier to know the outcome of the battle before it even begins. However, in defense, you're usually away from the game, you don't even know what is going on, and your opponent have a higher chance of applying the positions that they would prefer. As you can see here, my opponent did the same thing because he know that I'm using Fighting Master in my Attila, so he did remove his Attila from mine. He kept him away. However, he's using an Alex artifact, so as you can see, as you know, the Alex with artifact have a 24/7 immunity, which is kind of broken in my opinion. This needs to be nerfed. So he did the right positions that he wanted. However, I was able to win because my Fire beat his fire, and I was able to apply some damage to his water. I believe this is the main reason that I was able to win this fight. And there's actually a lot of fights that I wanted to show you guys, but I didn't have a chance to go against these kind of specific players. Maybe I'll be able to make a new video soon with different opponents, of course. If you have any question regarding positioning and marshes that is guaranteed wins in arena, feel free to comment in the video below, or you can contact me in Discord. I'll leave you my Discord in the description. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more content.